Hi everyone, Mr. Fitz here with our percussion instruments. In particular, these are the unpitched percussion, and the primary instrument that you'd be learning with the unpitched percussion would be the snare drum. Just so if any of your parents are concerned, the practice pad is really what your child will need. A practice pad, a set of sticks, and that would be the instrument for them. I'll explain a little bit about the practice pad in a minute. First, I'd like to start with the snare drum. Snare drum is a great instrument, and the reason why it's called the snare drum is on the bottom you'll see these metal things here. These are called snares, and what happens is when you strike the drum on one side of on what they call the batter head, the bottom drum head the sound is transmitted to it, and it causes the snares to vibrate, giving it that characteristic, very crisp sound. If I use this lever here and lower the snares, you'll hear quite a difference. Okay. Now, unpitched percussion is a rhythmic instrument. We are not talking about different melodic notes such as B, A, and G. However, the rhythms that the students learn are more complex, and it takes just as much effort to be a good unpitched percussionist as it does to play any of the other instruments. So very important to remember to practice your instrument, no matter what it is, about 15 to 20 minutes a day. Now, as a beginning percussionist, you'd begin with some very basic rhythms like quarter notes, and you'd count them 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's pretty simple, I know, but from there you go into combination rhythms of quarter notes and quarter rests, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and the key thing is to always count and keep that steady beat. As the students progress more, they get more complicated combinations of rhythms where the measures don't always repeat the same thing. So it really is important for students to practice and to understand how the rhythms work. Now, after a time working with quarter notes and quarter rests, they'll introduce some of the longer note values, such as half notes, which are 2 counts long, and whole notes, which are 4, as well as eighth notes, which are half a beat apiece. So the idea would be by combining all of these different rhythmic values, you can get lots of different patterns. Students will also learn about the accent, which is where you play one note that's marked with an accent as a stronger note compared to the other ones, like this. And that pattern that I just played there also was a paradiddle, which is a sticking pattern. Another thing that the students learn is about the flam. And then gradually they'll learn about eighth notes, which are twice as fast. And I played a mixture of eighth notes and quarter notes just a moment ago. Now, when you put this all together, all of these skills, the students will be able to play by Memorial Day for sure, this little pattern. And that's our street beat. They'll also know how to play, which is the roll-off. Okay. Now, all of this comes about gradually. The beginning steps are very simple, but gradually students learn more and more complex rhythms. And that is really important to be able to play with a steady beat and a correct rhythm as a percussionist. Now, talking about the practice pad, this is what your child would practice on at home. And as you can see, it's lightweight and very portable. And very, very quiet compared to the snare drum. So if you're thinking you're going to get a headache if your child plays the drum, no worries. This is what he or she would use at home. When we come to school here, the students during band rehearsal will take turns using the drums. And I've got another drum here to show you. This is the bass drum. Although I'm right-handed, I'm going to play it with my left hand so you can see. It has a very deep, low sound. And in combination with the snare drum, it really provides a nice steady foundation rhythmically for the band. Other instruments that students will be using are the crash cymbals. I love playing these. And also, and it's not limited to this, but maracas. And so when the students learn the rhythms that they play on the snare drum, they'll be able to transfer those to these other percussion instruments. All right, so there you have the unpitched percussion. If you sign your child up for drum, this is what they'd be playing. All right, and we hope you'll sign up.